Hey Scrubby friends, Bree here with another process video. I am using up the December 2016 hip kit right now and trying to go ahead and kill this kit. I have maybe 3 more layouts that I can get out of it. I made one earlier this morning. I struggled a little bit with that one, and then I started on this one this afternoon and got it done. As you can see here, I am going around my edges with this distressed Tim Holtz ink. It is frayed burlap is the color on it. And I'm just going around the edges and adding a little texture to around the edges of all the papers. This kit came with the Pink Paisley Paige Evans Take Me Away collection in it, and that's where this pattern paper is from. I'd already used a piece of it. I'm showing you there that this was a full piece of pattern paper that I had cut apart for a few different layouts, and I'm just trying to finish off this piece. Now I'm layering the picture, and I knew once I put it up against the yellow I was going to need to add in some other backgrounds because it just was a little too plain for me. So I get out my tissue paper. The first piece I cut a little too small, and so you'll see me throw it on the floor and then I start again and cut another piece. This time I get it right. I just wanted a little bit of tissue paper behind the picture. I go through and I staple it and then I cut it down a little bit smaller. Sorry I'm out of focus or out of camera here. I had my mat up a little bit higher than I usually do today, which gave me a nice working space, but that working space was off the camera, so doesn't really show you guys. I was just cutting down the tissue paper, like I said, and so then I'm taping it down to the yellow piece that I had cut out as a background piece. Now I pull out the Project Life cards. You can't really see them, but you'll see the ones I pick out. I have a huge stack of Project Life cards from the hip kits, and I don't do Project Life, so I get the Project Life kit because I like the extra embellishments, but I trying to go back now and use up some of those cards because I hate to just waste them. So I pick out 2 different cards. One I had already cut up and used the other half, but I went ahead and used that half. Now I'm going in through the ephemera pack from Paige Evans Take Me Away. Got a little tongue-tied there today. And I picked out some of these larger pieces. This collection came with a lot of large pieces in it, and I love that, but I struggle with trying to use them all the time, and I wanted to make sure that I am trying to use up all my supplies. I've been hoarding supplies for many years now, so I'm trying to do better in more recent days to kind of use up the things I have before I start buying more stuff. I find this little writing spot, and that's where I end up doing my journaling, and I just kind of build a nice little cluster up there at the top. And then on the left corner next to the picture, you see I have like a little wreath, and it's like a little paper card, and it's kind of a teal color, and then I have a frame behind it. Now I'm going through the chipboard for Take Me Away. This did not come in the hip kit, but I have it, and I have 2 sets of it. So honestly, maybe it came in 1 hip kit because I don't know how I got 2. So maybe it did, actually. I could be telling you wrong. It's been so long. December 2016 seems very long ago. So I'm going through and just trying to figure out where to put some pieces and using up all these things that I still have. I play with that corner a little bit, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I start off with it being very plain, and then I come back in with lots more stuff, and it really, I love the way it ends up turning out. I added that little paper clip down there. You can see it's gold, and it has like a beautiful rose that matches the flowers that are in the wreath. And I thought that was just a nice extra touch. I add that green chipboard heart down there, and I end up moving it later. Now here you can see, like you'll see when I put it back down, I cut off some of that frame to save it for another layout, and I cut off this part of the wreath, and I use it at the top as well. So I'm able to kind of cut up some pieces and use them in other places. Taping down my picture now so I don't mess up that corner placement and end up not having it in the right spots. I struggle a little bit with this wreath. It keeps, I don't know, in my mind I had it looking different when I had first started, so I was trying to figure out how I had done that. My tape gun ran out there, so I just switched to using my fine tip glue pen instead. So there you go. You can see now I add that wreath up there. Sorry, my chair, my craft room's a little bit squeaky, so when I move around you can hear it squeaking. Now I'm just kind of gluing down all those pieces. That frame is also from the, again with this word today, ephemera pack. And I found that other little, it's almost like a library card type punch out, and so I added that in there. I add in the wreath on the side there, and I have like this little stamp that I add, and I put it up on some dimensionals from Stampin' Up, and I also put dimensionals on the ribbon bow. I have this little chipboard piece, and it says "Live Brave," and this picture is of my youngest daughter, Kennedy, and if I can say anything about this little girl is she's very brave. She's not really scared of anything, and I just thought it was really fitting. And you'll understand when I read my journaling later kind of why it was so fitting and why this picture to me, like, I don't know, it's just a very important time in our lives, and just I saw her grow so much during that time. I use the Fantastic from the chipboard collection to make up my title, and then I pull out the thickers from American Crafts. They're white thickers, and I pull off the U, and I put the U on there. So Fantastic U. I add in a couple other of the chipboard pieces, some hearts. I added that yellow heart, and then I moved that green heart up to the top. You can see that now. And then I also found another like wood grain chipboard heart that I added after the U. I'm going back through everything, just making sure I didn't miss anything. And I end up finding these gold Yes Please acrylic shapes that came in the kit. And I pull off all the hearts, and I add the hearts throughout the page as well. I wanted to add gold because I felt like it was just such a regal looking page that it needed gold. I think I'm just going through and making sure that I have nothing else. And I also use the enamel dots. They are from Cartabella, and they came in the kit as well. And they're kind of like a gray, and I thought that was just a nice little touch with the brownish gray that is in the wreath. Now I do my journaling, and my journaling says, "This was a big summer for Kennedy. We moved from the only home she has ever known to a completely different country. She grew so much, and I knew during this time how strong she truly was." And that was from summer 2017. My family recently relocated. We were stationed in Germany for the last 3 years, and we just moved back to America over the summer. And so it was a big summer for my family, and especially for my girls, because they were very little when we moved to Germany. Kennedy, in the picture, she was only 6 months old, and so she really, all she knows is Germany, as well as my 6-year-old. She's kind of the same way, like Germany's home for her. And so it was a big move this year, and we've really had struggles and transitioned, but they really have been so strong, and it just shows how resilient military kids actually are. Now I finish out this page with some Heidi Swapp gold. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Bo Bunny Gold Glimmer Spray, and I just give some spatters throughout. And then you'll see me go back. It's funny because I was thinking I was done, and then all of a sudden I look over and I see these little wooden arrows, and I thought, oh, I want to use those. I think it just adds something to the page. So I ended up going back and adding them in after thinking I was completely done. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video and tuning in and checking out this process, and I hope you guys like it. Have a great day.